The holiday season is quickly approaching, and as of recording this, I think it's 8 weeks until Christmas. I am personally someone who likes to do my holiday shopping pretty early on in the season. I like to beat the mail rush and the crowd frenzy, but this year I'm taking a different approach to my gift giving. In the past, I have worked really hard to find the best deal and find just the perfect item, scouring thrift stores and antique shops for little treasures galore. But this year, I've admittedly had a bit of a late start than what I typically like. However, this year I want to DIY more of the gifts that I give. So today I want to share with you lovely creative people some simple holiday gift ideas that you can do in maybe an evening or a weekend. As a photographer, I have some photography ideas, and as someone who does a lot of fiber arts as a hobby, sewing and knitting, I also have some of those ideas sprinkled in. We're gonna start with the photography related gift ideas. I am someone who personally loves Polaroids. My friends and I take them together whenever we hang out, if we can remember. I've made it a point to bring my Polaroid sun out whenever I feel like there's a special moment that I want to capture. And instead of just sneaking that Polaroid away in an album, I think it's really lovely to frame these smaller photos in a bigger frame and put a really interesting mat behind it. I used to be someone who hated mats because I felt like when you looked at a photo, it was just a big white square and really took away from the image. But with this style of framing, I really love it. I think it's so darling and precious and adds a little bit more interest. My next idea is to get a roll of film for yourself and a loved one. And once the rolls are completed, you swap the photos. And I think this is a gift that kind of keeps on giving. Not only is it an activity that you could do together or you could do it separately, but when you go to exchange the photos, I think it would be really fun to just make a little event of it. You could go out for coffee, you could have a night in, and then do the swap. There's kind of an experience to it, and it's not just something to get and put somewhere and forget about it. Something that I have done in the past is I have many lovely friends who are very generous and help me with my personal passion projects for my photography work. And whenever we have a session that they particularly love or an image that they really love, what I like to do for gifts is to get it printed and frame it really nice and then gift that to them as just a thank you. And also, instead of just leaving the photo on social media to collect pixel dust, I think it adds more life to the photo, and not only do I get to enjoy the photo, but they get to enjoy the photo and they can display it in their home and get to just remember that experience and just feel really good about themselves. Another photo that I've gifted is I have done surprise sessions, and by this I mean being a little sneaky, and my grandfather has a Harley motorcycle. He loves it. He worked really hard to get it. And for a gift for him, I made up an excuse to come over. And he was out of the house, and I set up a light and took a photo of his motorcycle. And then I printed it on a metal canvas so it would have that automotive sheen to it, and he loves it. He had no idea I was doing it, didn't even ask if I would be interested in taking photos of it. It was just something that I wanted him to have in his shop. At first I just gifted him the canvas, but he asked for the digital and has it as a wallpaper and was telling all of his buddies about it, and just it was so rewarding as a photographer to just see that joy and just creating art that someone really, really enjoys. You could do this for car enthusiasts in your life. You could do it for pet parents. I know that they would absolutely love to have photos of their pets, pet portraits, and it's not something that you need to make a big session about. It's just one little photo. If you can make up an excuse to find a way to get that shot, I think it's very well worth it. Now moving into the fiber art gift ideas, I have some that are knitting related and some that are sewing. I know I don't really talk about my hobbies like that on this channel. I kind of sprinkle it in here or there, but we're going to talk about it today. Something that I'm personally doing this year for my coworkers is I am making fingerless gloves. I've made myself a pair, and I have a lot of people think that it's really cool that I've done that and have expressed that they would like a pair, which I love because knitting is something that takes a lot of time, even though I can make a pair of gloves in a day. If I like really sit down and work on it, I can get it done, depending on the stitch and if I'm doing any color work. But there's always a chance in gifting knitted goods that the recipient won't actually wear it. So having them voice that they're interested and then asking what colors they would like lets me know that it's something they're actually going to enjoy and I'm not just wasting my time. So I've collected colors, and that's something that I'm going to do because I love the look of homemade goods. I just think that there's something so charming about small little imperfections. I try really hard to make sure all of my stitches are nice and neat when I'm gifting to other people. My stuff, I don't care if I made a mistake, I'm not going back and fixing it. It's more special than if I were to go online and buy a cheap pair of fingerless gloves. There's just more intention and love put into it, and I think it really shows. Another easy to knit piece that I think would be really sweet are ear warmers. My friend has a baby, and I made her for Christmas a little ear warmer headband that ties, and it has little bear ears on it. And it's made of a fuzzy yarn, so it's really cute and sweet and will keep her little ears warm. I think that doing that for any kids in your life is really sweet, or you could make some really pretty bigger ones that wrap around the head. I've seen some with really lovely color work there's one that I want to make of like a little ram and snowflakes. Things like that are just so cute and precious, and with the upcoming change in weather, I think is a really nice practical gift that they can use time and time again year after year. Something that you could knit or sew are scrunchies and bun toppers. I think that these are so cute. I know they're for a certain type of person. I am one of those certain type of people, so maybe you have someone in your life who would love a giant scrunchie on the back of their noggin. But these can be so personalized. You can pick colorways to suit the person that you're gifting to. You can make them into fun shapes. And I just think that they're so lovely and have a whole lot of personality. We're moving more into the sewing projects now. I love tote bags that are handmade. I've seen some where you can add appliques onto the like canvas tote bags. What I'm really interested in making for others are quilted tote bags and similar looking tote bags. I just think that they have a lot of personality. Another smaller project that I love and I have on my own DIY to make for myself list are prize ribbons. Prize ribbons have been kind of trendy this year in the cool girl fashion world, and I just think they're really cute. I think they're a really lovely little embellishment that you can add to an outfit, and they are a pretty easy hand sewing evening project that you can do depending on the style you're doing. I've seen some that are more simplistic and a little more organic in their shape, and some that are very much inspired by like pony prize ribbons. Similarly, you could make little badges, little pin brooches with little dangling ribbon and little charms at the bottom. I think these are so adorable. They remind me of something that a fairy would make, just very whimsical, and they have that craft look to them, but in not a hokey way. I just think these are so precious little trinkets. So if you have people in your life who love a little trinket, I feel like this is such a cute little thing that they can add to their outfit. That wraps up my list for whimsy creative gift ideas. I hope that you got some good ideas out of this video. I have some for myself that I'm going to make this Christmas and for birthdays and next Christmas, and I'm just gonna have a lot of fun with gift giving. I feel very tired of the mass production side of gift giving, and we're at a day and age where people just buy what they want. There's really not a need for people to make Christmas lists, especially as an adult now, but I feel the tradition of gift giving is ingrained in at least myself and my family, and it's still nice to do. It's one of my love languages to both give and receive, but I just think gifting something that you made with your own hands, your own talents, your own creativity to someone that you love not only speaks for your talent and creativity, but it expresses how much you love that person to be able to put time and effort into gifting something that only they have. I think there's just something really charming and special to that. Whether you are new or old to this channel, I hope that you enjoyed. If you are new to this channel and you would like to see more of my face, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, all that good jazz. I hope you have a super lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.